Okay, good morning. If we could go to I'm in control here. So this Raise the Flag event happened. We heard a report about the youth going to Las Vegas. This is a report about the ministers who went to Las Vegas, actually the day before, October 7th and 8th. It was entitled Raise the Flag, and you'll see why they gave it that title in just a moment. So this was the group that gathered at the IPEC on October the 8th. You can see Pastor Glenda there. Yeah, right there. I'm over there. Okay. Anyway, there we are in front of the beautiful background they had at the IPEC. So we had 33 ministers there, and the main organizers. The purpose of the clergy, for the clergy to raise the flag of the Family Federation in their churches in oneness with our true mother in the new era. So this is really taking ACLC up to another notch. So just a quick overview. It was over 2 days. The pastors prayed in the Chun Wan to receive the content of Mother's special lecturer, Professor Jin Jun Kim, on the theology and stature of true parents and the only begotten daughter. They were called to action in becoming one with the Family Federation by Dr. Abernathy. This culminated the next day in the meeting with True Mother at IPEC. After vows, offerings, songs, Mother spoke to the clergy describing the providence of God surrounding the only begotten daughter. She concluded requesting that the pastor stand with her to reveal the truth and see her not as a spiritual parent, but as a real parent-child relationship, and proclaim it to the world. The pastors responded with testimonies and affirmations, concluding with an explosion of lifted FFWPU flags, declaring their commitment to expand the realm of her embrace and realize Chanil-guk. Throughout our experience, Mother wiped away many tears from her eyes, and she exited with a face full of joy and laughter. This time with Mother was a true victory. So when we first came to the Chungshan Wan, there was no coffee, there was no tea. We just gathered together. They put us right into the prayer room. And as you can see, we prayed and a good 30 or 40 minutes. And Reverend Hernandez read the introduction to Mother's memoir, and then people commented on it. And then we had the praise and worship, again at the Chungshan Wan. And then Dr. Kim gave this presentation about the only begotten daughter. And the interesting, if you talk to a Christian about the marriage supper of the Lamb, they're going to say, well, they're talking about the church. But Professor Kim went into detail and looked at that verses in Revelation. The wife has made herself ready. To her is granted fine linen, prepared her for her husband. It's not talking about the church, it's talking about an individual. So when Mother talks about this is the time of the marriage supper of the Lamb, she's really talking about what it says in Revelation. So he explained that to us in great detail, and people could accept it. Reverend Abernathy gave us a call to action the next day before we went to IPEC. And the 5 things they're asking these ministers to do, and when you think about talking to a Christian minister, these topics don't come up. This is based on a lot of investment, a lot of prayer, a lot of taking care of these ministers. So, raise the, raise the flag of the Family Fed in your church. Contribute money to the Family Fed. Receive and share the blessing. reveal the truth of God in this era, and establish a Chun Shim Wan prayer hall in your church. So, not everybody is going to agree with that right off the bat. So, we understood that, and we presented this with the understanding that, it's a process, it's a journey. So, it was done in a very loving, but very direct way. We all signed the flag that was later presented to Mother. Here is the Alexander. Here are the Alexanders presenting the flag. And I think the best way to do it is to read their testimonies. So let's read their testimonies. This is from Reverend Kenneth Alexander from Indiana. It was a mind-blowing because we could present the flowers to Mother. It was warm, rich, and loving. True Mother carries with her such a presence. When we talk about how Mother is the embodiment of the Holy Spirit, you can feel she has a pull of the Holy Spirit emanating through her. We cried. We cried because we have prayed for this moment since 2017. For nearly 7 years, we waited to be in the presence of Mother, to have that intimate space, so that this was a blessing to the core. We wanted to let her know that we love her, we appreciate her, and moving forward, there is no problem for us to stand, to share who she is to the world. We believe our assignment is to introduce Mother to everyone we come in contact with. We started with our daughter's book club. We read the memoir in her book club for 15 young ladies. In the beginning, there was controversy, but our daughter stood up and defended Mother. We continued to read the memoir, and in the end, they were so pleased. Mother writes so well, and her life shows the fruits of the Spirit in substance. Mother is saying, I am the Holy Spirit. How can we deny that? She has taken the responsibility of the world on her shoulders, not just for Korea or America, but for the world. Who has done that? No one. We now recognize how important it is that Christian clergy understand the only begotten daughter. Just like we understand the only begotten Son, today we declare that she is the substantiation of the Holy Spirit, and it is embodied in her life work, how she was born, and her identity as the only begotten daughter. Therefore, it meant so much for us to meet her. We could value Jesus, and now we value True Mother in the same light. In the conclusion, we thought, yes, there is the son and daughter of Heavenly Parent right here. And these are the key points I mentioned before about Mother's talk. Reveal the truth. I am not your spiritual mother. I am your mother. Be bold and proclaim to the world. And then we had testimonies from various ministers. This is Bishop Dudley from North Carolina. As True Mother was speaking, I realized that God had been preparing me for this moment since I was 17 and I joined the Marine Corps. At that time, I didn't know that the Marine Corps would take me around the world to meet people from different cultures, different nationalities. Over these years, from 17 to now, God knew that at 60 years old, on this day, at this time, I would be standing before this true woman, sharing with her. This woman who stands before presidents, spiritual leaders, and political leaders around the world. This woman who speaks and the world listens. God has been preparing me for 50 plus years for this moment. God has gradually preparing me through life experiences, whether that was military or ministry or marriage or whatever it was. He was preparing me because he knew I would be standing before this woman of God, the mother of mankind. I saw her take a tissue to dab her eyes, so I hope that something we said touched her heart. I can't say thank you enough to the people that gave me this opportunity. When we first started getting involved, we had a lot of questions. But through reading the memoir, we really began to understand who Mother truly is, who are truly inspired by True Mother, who has the voice, the vision, the guidance, and the direction from God. This is his wife. She also spoke very highly of Mother, very supportively. We had other speakers talk about affirmation of oneness. And then Sort of at the end of all of this buildup, President Dunkley comes out and says, "Oh, Mother, we have one more thing. We have one gift." And they'd passed out these flags before Mother came into the room. So at the appointed moment, everyone jumps up and holds up these Family Federation flags and declares that they're going to put these flags in their churches. So it was a really, really wonderful moment. Dr. Rouse had a similar reflection. It's a tremendous blessing. He dedicated himself to the teachings, the only begotten daughter, and he's just feels so blessed to be part of this movement. And again, he just reconfirms his commitment. His wife, Marie Rouse, had something similar to say. And Reverend Katulik also, here they are handing her the flag with all the signatures. And you can see this here, all the signatures of all the different ministers on the flag. It was really a tremendous moment. And just one last one. I had a most extraordinary, this is Reverend Meldon Quarles. Truly extraordinary experience centered around True Mother, the only begotten daughter of our Heavenly Parent. 2 years ago, Brenda and I were married 33 years before we were introduced to what we were looking for in our church life and spiritual life. We were introduced to the Unification Church, and we, without hesitation, wholeheartedly accepted what we heard and saw. It resonated with the spirit we had dwelling within us. We had an opportunity to go to Korea and meet the true parents as part of their call for 172 clergy from the USA. We had our church that we were attending to, and we had the divine principle. In 2021, my wife Brenda ascended after 43 years, and we were blessed. One night in my dream, True Mother came to me, and she seemed to come from nowhere, and at the same time, a familiar place. I was so surprised by her appearance. I couldn't think of why she would come to see me. She came and put her arms around me and hugged me, as though she knew me and knew my hurt, which I had so secretly inside. She just held me as though I was a child, and I cried and cried and cried. It was so real that I had no doubt that it was really her, and it was real. So he held the hurt of losing his wife for so long. But when Mother came, he could sort of release that hurt. After a while, the tears subsided, and when I gathered myself, she slowly let me go, and when she went away, the same way that she came. When I got the message that True Mother was coming, I immediately registered and made plans, thinking I just wanted to be in the same city, the same room, never thinking I would be so close to her, just to place my eyes on her would be enough. And he just goes on to say, in presenting the flag, there he is presenting the flag to True Mother, what a blessing it was for him. So we had a Oakmont. Everyone was fired up. And Dr. Rouse is coming next Saturday to Clifton, New Jersey to share with us his experience in Las Vegas. And anyone who wants to come, please let me know. We're inviting some ministers who are close to us, but it's really open to everyone. We just let them know who's coming. So, thank you. It was a wonderful experience.